begin the quest drunk and disorderly, we return to the Coral Fighters Guild.
Port, soldier.
And find on the first floor the ornery Orion who demands.
Back again, huh? What is it?
I'm looking for more work. Got any?
Back for more work, are you? Good. Some of our boys are causing trouble in Leyawiin. Looks bad for the guild.
Causing trouble?
Some of your brothers have been getting rowdy at the local tavern. I've got no problem with cutting loose, but I don't like it when we all look bad. You're looking for Leyawiin, Vantus Prelius, and Dubak Groshok. I haven't had any trouble with them before, so find out what's going on. I'll be waiting.
With little more to go off, we note in our journal, Modern Orion has assigned me another of my duties. I'm to travel to Leyawiin and find out why 3 members of the Fighters Guild, Dubak Groshok, Leyawiin, and Vantus Prelius, have been causing trouble. We then begin to hear rumors around the guild hall of the wayward warriors.
Blackwood Company's getting all the contracts around Leyawiin. No wonder the boys there are getting restless. Some of the Leyawiin boys are cutting up pretty bad. Orin is not happy.
With little recourse, we make our way to the swampy city of Leyawiin to begin our quest. Being met with a light shower, we arrive at Leyawiin's west gate and find ourselves out front of the local Fighters Guild hall for more clues as to which tavern the boys have caused trouble at, and also what would cause the Fighters Guild members to disgrace their local chapter. Inside the spacious hall, the local Fighters Guild porter greets.
How are you? Good day.
Yeah, I'm looking for the boys causing trouble down here. Say, there's a long journey from Coral. Why haven't you stopped him?
I suppose you got sent down here to stop them. Good. We've tried, but they won't listen. Head over to the 5 Claws. You can't miss them. Bye.
We then note the location writing. I've been told that I can find the 3 Fighters Guild members in the 5 Claws Lodge, likely causing trouble. They warn me that it will be difficult to subdue the 3 men. Great. Just what we need to make a reputation for ourselves within the guild, and not a good one. Speaking of which, we take a moment to explore the Leyawiin chapter and find out what type of members inhabit the halls. It's on the 2nd floor in a southwestern wing. We find a small training room and a red guard practicing on a dummy who greets.
Hey, baby. You fancy some training? Sharina's the name and blades are the game. If you need a blade, go see Toon Zeus at the dividing line. Does repairs too. He does go on and on sometimes, but he's the genuine orc in Leyawiin. Goodbye.
Worth mentioning is the pile of steel armor in the southeastern side of the room, which we're free to take as Fighters Guild members, and as promised, during the Fighters Guild Questline, we shall be upgrading our armor where we can find it, so this is the perfect time to move on up from iron armor to steel, bar our gauntlets. It should also be mentioned, by the bowwoman Khajiit, in the eastern side of the room, behind a locked door, is a variety of weapons that we could take. But it was in the last episode, we'd already collected a fine steel sword from the Coral chapter. So instead, we keep searching the guild's halls and find on the 3rd floor the Imperial warrior Antus Flonius, who greets.
Good day.
Say, Flonius, I've heard there's trouble down at the 5 Claws. Know anything about it?
Witsy Dootsy runs a clean establishment. Well, she really hates it when people mess up her place.
Well, poor Witsy Dootsy has quite the mess on her hands.
Go hurt something.
I really enjoy that questionable go hurt something like he's not sure of the statement. To our right, we find multiple different display cases, though it should be noted that they have replicas around. Now, obviously, some people probably don't want to keep expensive weapons on hand versus replicas for display purposes. However, other guilds, as we'll soon find, do keep the real thing. But this is not what we're looking for, as we find in the western side of the room a trio of silver swords, which come in handy when dealing with the undead. Making our way back downstairs, we then bump into two guild members sharing rumors and overhear.
Brodris has been teaching Fighters Guild members how to better use heavy armor. Odd for a Bosmer, but he's apparently good at it.
Knowing how to use heavy armor isn't a bad idea. Kind of odd to learn it from a Bosmer, though.
Did you hear Itar stirring things up again?
I think he's just playing around. I don't think he means anything by it.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Seeing a Bosmer in heavy armor that fits their description, down on the first floor by the hall's entrance, he greets.
Brodras of the Fighters Guild. I don't do contracts much. Mostly I'm a trainer. Heavy armor. And look, no jokes about the heavy armor, eh? Not every Bosmer sneaks around with bows and arrows. I'm as tough and beefy as any orc. Got it?
No jokes from me about Bosmers and their armor. Say, how do you find Leyawiin?
Blackwood Company's a problem. Not for me. I mostly do training. But we don't see many contracts in Leyawiin Guild Hall. Blackwood gets them all. Farewell.
So it's this Blackwood company that's causing trouble and taking all the contracts. That probably explains why that Magli decided not to fulfill his contract as they were short-handed. Not enough contracts to go around, not enough people joining. Things are looking pretty bleak for the Fighters Guild, and amidst these rumors, we're also learning that perhaps idle hands are doing the devil's work. And find ourselves by the west gate and head inside to the Five Claws Lodge. As soon as we enter, we see a trio of drunks and over here.
Send over a drink, and make it quick. Settle down, pond scum.
We wouldn't be here if you'd done your job. I've ridden horses with better sense than you.
You've never worked an honest day in your life, you stupid orc. Get out of here! We don't need you around.
Send me a drink, barkeep, and make it quick.
Nothing more for you, Imperial. Get out.
What do you want?
I'll never let an orc drink here again. Get your men out of here.
You? You wouldn't know a good sword if it stabbed you in the throat.
I'll snap you in half, little man. You need to find us work. You're supposed to be boss. Go root in the mud, pig man. If it weren't for me, you'd be mucking stables in Orsinium.
I should have stayed in Hammerfell. Keep walking, stranger. You're not half the man your father was.
You don't belong here. Get out. You shouldn't be here.
Interrupting, the orc questions.
What do you want?
I hear you're causing trouble. What's that about?
No trouble here. No nothing here. No fun, no work, nothing. Blackwood Company's got all the work. There's nothing left for us, except for drinking.
Blackwood Company, eh?
Haven't you heard of them? Former soldiers sent down into the swamps to take some territory back from the lizards. Talk to Vantus. Shove off!
Keep walking, stranger.
How about you send over a few more drinks, sweetheart? Hurry it up, swamp rot! I'm thirsty over here.
Turning to the publican, she demands.
Your Fighters Guild. Get them out of here.
Yeah, I see some of the boys are causing you some trouble.
Causing trouble? Yes. Causing much trouble. Scaring customers. Breaking furniture. Bad men.
I'm sorry to hear that. Witsadutsi, is it? Your reputation precedes you. I heard that you like things orderly and clean. Not so much this mess that we've got you in.
So much dirt and so little time. Pause. But a moment, and you'll be drowned in the tide. Trash. Mud. Dust. We all love Count Marius and his father before him. Arche bless his soul. Such a fine young man. And now his new wife, so beautiful, so fine. And wise? Oh, yes.
The new Lady Leyawiin is daughter to Countess Ariana Valga, County Coral. And so she knows just how the county should be run. Lady Alicia tells Count Marius exactly what to do, and he does as she says. But listen to me, cawing and chattering like an old fish crow.
So it should quickly be noted Witsadutzi's affections for the local countess and royalty may be misplaced, as we have caught them torturing the local Argonians in Khajiit. Any beast folk really, especially this Alessia Caro, who seems to be spearheading the operation, which will be linked in a video at the end of this one. However, for now, we question, what do you know of Blackwood Company?
They have caused trouble here as well, but they have gold to pay for the trouble. Things are always better when served with gold. Make them leave now.
Turning to the Red Guard, he sneers.
I'm tired of wasting time with you.
You'll keep your nose out of this if you know what's good for you.
I'll leave when you do, and you stop causing trouble.
Trouble? Trouble, you're damn right. But it's not us, friend. The real trouble's with the Blackwood Company. They're what's causing trouble.
I'm guessing you're talking about the Blackwood Company.
Mercenaries is what they are. And they've hung up a shingle here in Leyawiin. Vantis can tell you more. Mind your own business.
It's then we finally speak to the Imperial leader, Vantis Prelius.
You need to find us work. You're supposed to be boss.
When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. It's not wise to interrupt us in the middle of our discussion.
Discussion? From what I can tell, you're just causing trouble.
I don't think so. I'll tell you what real trouble is. It's trying to pay my debtors when there's no work. It's my wife taking in wash to buy food. That's been the state of things since the Blackwood Company began moving in.
And that's why you hate the Blackwood Company? They're taking the jobs? Why not join them?
I spit on them. Mercenaries sent by the Emperor to reclaim territory in Black Marsh. When they failed, they came back and set up shop. They've been undercutting us on contracts ever since, and they've no qualms about accepting jobs no guild member would be caught dead doing.
So it's the Emperor's fault. Look, I'll look into the Blackwood Company, but you and your men must stop.
Oh? We must? Well, last I saw, you didn't outrank me, journeyman. I suggest you mind your manners and your own business.
Well, then I must report this to Orion. He's not going to be pleased.
Report us? Oh, no. Why, we might never get work from the guild again. And that would be different how, exactly?
Oh, I see your point. You need work to keep busy.
A brilliant idea. Orion only sends his best these days. Tell you what, you go find us some paying work and we'll happily go about it.
So, you want us to find Fighters Guild jobs?
Jobs would be great. Too bad no one is giving us any these days. If you can find some work for us, we'll do it. Barkeep, a refill.
Relian then similarly questions.
Leave here now, Red Guard.
Something you need? We still need work.
Yeah, I'm thinking about looking for jobs to help out.
I'd love some work. Seems like joining the Blackwood Company is the only way to get it, though. We appreciate it.
How about you send over a few more drinks, sweetheart?
Dubok similarly states.
Are you still talking? Find us work and money.
I've heard from the other two. I'm guessing you need a job.
Jobs are good. I need more money, so I need more jobs for money. Show me
You've
something.
never worked an honest day in your life, you stupid orc.
I've ridden horses with better sense than you.
Send over a drink and make it quick.
Turning to the barkeep between their barbs, she emphatically states.
Your Fighters Guild. Get them out of here.
Yeah, I think I can get them out of here. Easiest way seems to be if I find a job for them. Know anything going?
Jobs for the Fighters Guild. Try Margarte. If she's not at home or at the Five Claws, She's probably out looking for alchemical ingredients. Make them
I'll show
leave
you where
now.
you can put that fancy sword.
Now, it should be noted we could simply try and kill them to end the quest. However, all three are set as essential and, well, as drunks it seems like they just half get knocked out and are used to a little bit of the rough and tumble.
Stay out of my business. I'll snap you in half, little man.
When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Instead, exiting the tavern, we note, I've heard a rumor that Margarte, who lives in Leyawiin, may have jobs for the Fighters Guild. But before we seek out this Margarte, it's probably prudent we see this Blackwood company for ourselves and make an honest assessment on these scandalous claims. And it should be noted that Imperial Guards exclusively can be heard sharing concerning rumors about the faction.
You heard about the Fighters Guild members tearing up a tavern in Leyawiin? As if they didn't have enough problems with the Blackwood Company. Nobody likes the Blackwood Company. They're brutes, plain and simple. But they get the job done. Of course the Blackwood Company is violent. That's what fighting is, isn't it? Violent. The Blackwood Company is just plain mean. Yeah, they've got a bad reputation, but it won't hurt business in their line of work, will it? The Blackwood Company takes any job, no matter how tough. Fighters Guild is more fussy.
Hello.
Inside the company hall, we find it filled exclusively with beast folk, and the closest Khajiit welcomes.
Commander Ja Fasir, your servant. I am second in command of the Blackwood Company. The company provides expert jihad for selected customers. Very discreet.
Thank you. What's a jihad?
Beg pardon. It is a word from the Ta'agra, meaning warrior for hire. In Ta'agra, the word is vaguely disreputable. Such a fighter fights for gold rather than for clan or mane. Of course, the Blackwood Company is mercenary in the Western sense. A reliable professional contractor for military services.
And what brings you to Leyawiin?
Blackwood refers in part to Blackwood Forest, but it also carries a reference to the Thogat of charcoal warriors of Khajiit tradition.
Right. So who's the leader around here?
Excuse me, in the Imperial tongue, it means roughly clan chair, the seat of the clan patriarch. In the company, we use the term to mean leader, but it carries the sense of wise father, concerned for the welfare of the whole family. Bye.
Concerned with the clan like a family. Orion could take notes. Seeing the helmed Khajiit behind him listening in, we approach.
How are you? I am Rizakar, Pakshich of the Blackwood Company. The company provides expert jihad for selected customers, very discreet.
Ah, you're the leader of the chapter. I only see Argonians and Khajiit here. It's limited hiring practices.
The Blackwood Company is proud of our beast folk heritage, and we are solely owned and operated by Khajiit and Argonians. We speak West fashion for the comfort of our Western clients, but we invest the fierce pride of our ancient races in each of our mercenary contracts. Be seeing you.
Now, it should be noted, the beast folk of the area, comprising of Argonians and Khajiit, can be heard talking about the Blackwood Company and, well, hear for yourself.
I understand they've been taking a lot of the contracts that used to go to the Fighters Guild.
I don't trust them. I've heard they're effective, but they're brutal.
Searching the hall, we see to the south a hooded Argonian who questions.
Lieutenant Rana, Blackwood Company.
Hello there, Rana. What do you do around here?
My duties are primarily administrative. They keep me busy here in the Leyawiin barracks. Farewell.
Speaking of the barracks, to our right is a small dining hall and a locked training hall, which we obviously cannot enter without the key. Stepping past their dog Steelfang, we then make our way to another large door that's guarded by an Argonian Gil who introduces.
I am Gil, Sergeant of Sharpshooters, Blackwood Company.
Good man to guard a door. What do you do here?
Here I train our skirmishing specialists. You know, perhaps, that Argonians may be gifted spellcasters. Bye.
Looking around the room, we see that it's a spacious sitting hall, and on the second story, we find that a door to our left to Jitum Z's room that is also locked and needs a key. Funnily enough, to our right, we find a large office where Jitum Z skulks around, and he questions.
Yes?
Now, the reason Jitum Z has no dialogue is we cannot speak to the man that is the local guild recruiter, for obvious reasons, though, even if we were of beast folk persuasion, we still cannot join the Blackwood Company, which is a little bit of a shame there's no racial perk for being a Khajiit or Argonian to further the story in their own way.
They say that when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they recruit new members. You too.
Over on his desk by the eastern wall, there is a publication from the Black Horse Courier that talks about the Blackwood Company and the recent challenge of the Fighters Guild. Also of note, as promised, by the southern wall, if we break into the hard-locked display case, we find one of the Blackwood Company's exact shields. Looks like they've got so much money they don't need cheap replicas. Deciding it's probably best we don't rock the apple cart, we depart without pilfering any of their goods. Sensing that the members, despite being quite cordial, are only tolerating us, and we're being watched our entire time in the hall. And as we move to leave, we nearly bump into a leather-bound Argonian by the front door who greets.
Olid I, Blackwood Company, Master of Assassins.
Master of Assassins? That's quite the title.
We, of course, have no use for the specialized skills of assassination. It is my task, instead, to train our agents in various aspects of stealth.
Of course, assassination would garner quite the negative reputation around town. Wary of the Blackwood Company and their false smiles, we know something's wrong, however. We should backpocket it for the moment and focus on the task at hand. Instead, remembering that Witsadutsi had pointed us to this Margarte, we begin to hear rumors of the local Nord.
She knows a lot about doing business. I don't like to bother her, though. She's a bit touchy when you do.
She's a smart one. You could learn a lot from her.
Exiting Leyawiin via its west gate, we begin to search for the local forager and find her scavenging on the local lee of the hill nearby, and she greets.
Greetings, Imperial. A pleasure to speak with you.
Yeah, I hear that you're the lady to talk about for a job for the local Fighters Guild members. You got anything?
I suppose I've got something I could use the Guild's help with. I need ogre teeth and minotaur horn for my alchemy experiments. They're tough to get, but I prefer fresh, and I'll pay well. And I just don't trust those Blackwood Company folks to find them. Well, I'm not sure about you either. Tell you what, if you bring me back 5 portions of ectoplasm, I'll give my business to the Guild. That's my offer.
5 ectoplasm? And then you'll talk? Seems a bit steep.
Come back when you've got the ectoplasm, and we'll talk about those other men getting work from me.
Incidentally, Margarte will buy ogre teeth and minotaur horns off us from this point on, as she says.
I see you have some. I'll buy them in groups of 5 for 100 gold. Are you selling?
Yes.
Fine. Here's your money. Let me know if you find more. Take care.
According to the wiki, it's not a great deal. Our quest then updates. Margarte's told me that she will pay well for minotaur horns or ogre teeth. However, she doesn't trust the guild yet. I need to bring her 5 portions of ectoplasm, and she'll give us her business. Now, it should be noted in our previous quest with Mag Lear, his unfinished business clearing out Fallen Rock Cave, that if we were at level 6, we would have encountered plenty of spectres, and so would have no doubt already harvested 5 ectoplasm. However, as I start these quests at level 1 to keep things feeling more attainable and grounded, looks like we have to find an alternative route to find ectoplasm, though it's not so readily available at our level. However, there is one place that we can find 5 ectoplasm. As if we head to the local chapel, we can actually find the racist Countess Alessia Caro praying, not for forgiveness, probably for Zenithar to give her more strength to deal with the local beast folks' burden. We can instead find our way down to the chapel's undercroft. Inside, we encounter the sanctified dead. Dispatching the dead, we find the promised ectoplasm. However, it's when the third undead is dispatched we see... Is that a priestess?
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
What are you doing wandering down here?
Solana Blandia, healer of the Leyawiin Chapel. Bless the 9 and all the faithful.
The undead just accept you because you're a priestess?
May you find healing here for your wounds and for your troubled spirit. There's a peace here in the chapel for all who seek it.
Oh? Anything else you can tell us?
Fighters Guild members have been going to Sharina to learn blade skills. She's good, and she'll be the first to tell you so. Farewell.
I bet Sharina's handy with a blade. She was all over us like white on rice.
Hey, baby. You fancy some training? Sharina's the name, and blades are the game.
Now, it should be noted just to our right, we find the inaccessible Tomb of Calidus, which is, of course, part of Knights of the Nine DLC, which will be linked at the end of this video, as it ties all of the chapels together and creates a really fun ride for those of you who like Crusaders and the lighter side of things. The Aedra versus Daedra, if you will. Getting back to the task at hand, we dispatch the 2 remaining sanctified spirits. Exiting the chapel, we wander over to Margarte's abode, which happens to be just across the street. Waiting inside a doorway barefoot, Margarte questions.
Have you found me ectoplasm?
Yeah, here's the ectoplasm. Now can we get the job, please?
Well, you've got the ectoplasm. Seems you Fighters Guild types can do a job when you put your mind to it. Tell your men I'll pay them for minotaur horns and ogre teeth. The Fighters Guild will be my sole supplier. I look forward to doing more business.
That's it? Just tell them to get minotaur horns and ogre teeth.
Like I told you, I can use minotaur horn and ogre teeth. If your guild brothers bring me some, I'll pay well.
Why, if you're into alchemy, did you choose Leyawiin?
I'm sure there's an abundance of exotic ingredients to be gathered nearby. In Blackwood, for example, or along the Nibbin. I'll be waiting for teeth and horns.
Now, it should also quickly be noted, when we were leaving the Fighters Guild previously, we had overheard 2 members discussing a local Itar stirring up trouble.
Did you hear Itar stirring things up again?
I think he's just playing around. I don't think he means anything by it.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Well, it happens to be Margarte's husband, and we can bump into the Nord, who continues to stir trouble.
I'm Itar. Say, did you hear what that Argonian said? What's his name? You know who I'm talking about. He said any Argonian can kick any Khajiit's butt to breakfast any day of the week. You believe that? I think he's wrong. I know Khajiit can kick Argonian butt. Anytime, anywhere. And you can tell everyone I said so.
What else do you think of the beast folk around Leyawiin?
I think it's a disgrace that Argonians can swagger around Leyawiin, boasting how they whooped this Khajiit silly and beat that Khajiit to a pulp. Good day.
This man seems to live to create bar fights. Speaking of rowdy bar patrons, we note in our journal, I've bought Margarte the ectoplasm she requested. She'll now pay Fighters Guild members for Minotaur horns and ogre teeth. I should tell the men back at the Five Claws. Returning to the rowdy drunks at the Five Claws, Dubok questions.
Are you still talking? Find us work and money.
Well, I think I got work for you.
Work is good for money. You know something? Tell Vantus. He'll put me to work. Give me money. Show me something.
Leyawiin then queries.
Something you need? We still need work.
I think I found you a job.
Some work would be a gift from the gods. If you found something, tell Vantus. We appreciate it.
Make them leave. You're paying for all of this.
And finally, we seek out Vantus.
I've told you what we need. Until we've work, we'll stay here.
Well, we found a local, Margarte. Says she'll pay for ogre teeth and minotaur horns. What do you think?
Find ingredients from Margarte, huh? Works for me. I'll let the other men know. Appreciate your help, friend. And Orion should be happy.
Hopefully that'll pay the bills and stop your wife doing washing.
My men and I should be able to keep busy for now. Thank you for your help. Good day.
The Red Guard then thanks.
Can't thank you enough for your help. What do you need?
You're happy with the new job, I take it?
It appears we'll be busy for the foreseeable future. Thank you. Be seeing you.
Dubok then questions.
Hey, it's you, the one who found jobs. What do you need?
What do you think of the work?
Looks like you found work for us. Good. Need some money. Yeah, nice going.
Witsadutsi then exclaims.
It's about time someone did something. These guys are killing my business.
Well, at least they shouldn't be causing trouble, at least.
Perhaps they will cause no more. Perhaps they will have the gold to pay for their drinks. Goodbye.
With the local boys all cleared to work, we note, I've told Dubok, Leyawiin and Vantus about Margarte's need for ingredients. They've agreed to accept a long-term contract. As this should keep them out of trouble, I should report back to Orion.
Go ahead, Boot.
Back inside the Coral Guild Hall, Orion questions.
I'm looking for results from you. What have you found out?
Well, I'm here about my duties.
I assume you've taken care of this issue. So, tell me what happened. Why were our men causing trouble? And what did you do?
Seems the Blackwood company had taken all the jobs in Leyawiin, so the guys just started drinking as they had nothing to do. I visited the Blackwood Hall. Something's off. There's definitely a sinister air about them.
The Blackwood company has taken that much of a foothold in Leyawiin. Those sons of... Never mind. You've done your job. Here's your payment for it.
With 100 gold and a point of fame, looks like we're ready to advance from journeyman. Some of the guys down there didn't respect the rank. How about an advent? You think it's time for an advancement?
You've done well. Because of your efforts, you have achieved the rank of Swordsman of the Fighters Guild. Stay with
What's
it.
happening?
The guildsmen, apparently in love with gossip, start to then buzz.
Orion says the new guy went down and sorted out the problem in Leyawiin. Trouble like that is just making things worse.
Leaving the guild hall now a swordsman, we think back on our brush with the Blackwood company and the reoccurring theme that Fighters Guild members are not only not being recruited, but not finding contracts. This doesn't bode well for the guild, and with the despondent leader Valena Dontus having lost her son, something tells us the guild's troubles have just begun.